Zoommasters back in 1989 and is currently a member of 5 clubs. She has earned her DTM twice in the Legacy program and is currently working 3 paths in the new program. Sherrie especially enjoys learning new things, so she is excited to join Nerdmasters. Tonight, she is sharing advanced skills for Zoommasters. Take it away, Sherrie.
Thank you, Kyle. I'm going to start my screen sharing here. Here we go. I am pleased to have people from all around the world to be able to share advanced Zoom skills for Zoommasters. So we were hearing already some of the same things, but you see this host controls at the bottom, and you might need to, like, we heard that you might need to scroll down and have that be able to show up. But I'm going to talk about the things that not everyone has. These are the host controls. You have the security, the polls, and the breakout rooms. So the security settings are the first thing I'm going to talk about. And this little button only shows up if you are the host or the co-host. So these are the things that you're able to do. You might want to assign co-host to help lead the meeting, and they're able to lock the meeting, enable waiting rooms, and hide profile pictures. Now they can also allow participants to share their screen, chat, rename themselves, unmute themselves, and start their video. And over here, if you click on this Suspend Participant Activities, you're going to get this pop-up that says, everyone's video and audio will be turned off, screen sharing will stop, and the meeting will be locked. So that's an easy way. If you want to have all those things happen at once, you can just click on the suspend and suspend right here. So adding some people as co-hosts to help you with the meeting, you're going to want to probably just right-click on their photo, on that video, and then you get the pop-up that shows on the right here. Ask to start the video, chat, rename, and you're going to be able to make them a co-host. You can also do it by using the list of participants and click on that too. So the differences between a co-host and a co-host is that the co-host can manage participants, they can start or stop the recordings, and they can place participants in a waiting room and admit them from the waiting room. But as the co-host, they don't have access to everything. So keep that in mind when you're leading the meeting, because they cannot start closed captioning or live streaming. They can't end the meeting for all. They can't make another participant a co-host. And they can't move in and out of breakout rooms like you can as the host. They also can't start another waiting room. Now there's another section here on that bar that is to record the session. And if you go to that button, you can choose to either save it to the cloud or save it to your computer. Now, tonight, we heard people saying that they were going to save it to their computer. And I've always heard that you want to save it to the cloud because it takes up so much room on your computer. So we might need to have further discussions about that. But once you've recorded the session, it will show up in the Zoom settings here on your computer. You'll get a list of all the meetings that you've recorded, and you'll be able to go back to those or get a link to send to someone else to view those. And you'll get an email from Zoom telling you that the meeting has been recorded. Now, the next thing is breakout rooms. We heard Marvin talk a little bit about breakout rooms already, but that was for really the participants. So this is the breakout rooms for the Zoommasters. Now, you click on Create the Breakout Rooms, and you can start any number of breakout rooms you want right here. You can assign them automatically, you can assign them manually, or you can let participants choose a room. And you just click Create. And over here is what I created with that 4 breakout rooms that are assigned manually. Now, when you've done that, you can click on the Assign, and it will bring up everyone that is in your meeting. And there's a list of them, and you just click to assign them to particular rooms. Down below, you'll see if you click on this Options button, you can allow participants to choose their own room. You can allow participants to return to the main session at any time, and you can automatically move all assigned participants into breakout rooms. And then you can actually put in a time to automatically close the meeting, the breakout room, or you can have a countdown after closing the breakout room so that there's a certain number of seconds where they'll get a warning and be able to move out. So this is what the breakout rooms look like. If it's in progress, I have joined one room here. You're able to click on that and move me into another room. If you just hover over that person, anyone that's showing up in a particular room, you can click on them and move them immediately to a different room. Like Marvin was saying, be sure that you just keep in mind when you leave the room that you have all these different options. Leave the meeting, leave the breakout room, and end meeting for all. You want to make sure that you choose the right one, leave the breakout room, so that you don't close that meeting. And you also want to make sure that you go to the settings in Zoom, because that needs to be turned on, the breakout rooms, and allow the host to assign people. Now, I'm going to talk just a little bit about whiteboards because Marvin did cover a lot of this, but you would click on the share screen to get to that. And there's the whiteboard. He's already talked about how to get there. I've made a little fun things that just clicking on some of the stamps and the drawing different things, just as a test to show you some of the different fun things that come up on the whiteboard. And then you want to make sure that on any of these settings that they're turned on, because you're not going to be able to get to them if they're not turned on in your Zoom account. So make sure you go to account settings and check all of these things and make sure that they're turned on just the way that you want them to be. I hope we've had some things that you can use in workstations. And back to our Toastmaster.
Game over.